take the power back to yourself of like not worrying, is this good, which is really hard. That's all you're worrying about. But I feel like maybe in this stage it'll be helpful if we can just be like, do you like it?
So basically what is going on is I finished writing my script and I'm extremely happy with it. I know that there is stuff that I will end up changing about it, and I'm going to address that in a minute. So I realized I could give up and just like be happy with how far I've come writing the script and just like make my short film and be done with it. So I went through all that insecurity, and now I just feel really, really motivated to make my movie in any way that I can. So I feel like I'm absolutely insane for saying all of this because I'm like a nobody. I don't have rich family. I don't have rich parents. I don't have connections in the industry. I went to school for film and I have lots of friends. I know lots of cinematographers. I know lots of sound people. I know producers. I know editors. Like, I know creative people. I know filmmakers. I know people who want to live this life and make movies. But I don't have any like real connections to high budget resources. I don't have connections to well-known actors at all. I'm not a Nepo baby. I don't have money. I also don't have connections to like family that has a lot of money that would be willing to invest in any of my projects. So that being said, am I insane to think I can make a feature film? I have not won any contests. I've not won any film festivals. I don't have any accolades or anything for my short filmmaking, for my writing, for anything like that. This is the first feature film I've ever written, and this short film is like the first real like high budget. It's not even high budget. It's extremely low budget for a short film, but it's the first short film I've ever made that I actually felt like it's programmable in a film festival, it's watchable, it's like shareable. And of course I think that my idea is gonna be very successful. Like, I really believe in it and I believe in myself, and I think I have the proof of Heated Rivalry being so successful that people want to see a gay sports story, even though my movie is like a bisexual sports story, but that's fine. I don't really know that much about Heated Rivalry other than it's two guys and they kiss, and my movie has that, and it has sports. I really believe that I'm gonna be successful with my movie, but like, I don't have any money and I just have a script and a short film. So am I completely insane to think I can make this movie? Like, yeah, I do not have the resources to make it. I don't have the ability to pay people, but there is money out there, and I think I can find it. I really do. I might be crazy, like I might be totally delusional. In fact, I think I kind of am totally delusional to believe in myself enough to think that I can raise enough money to make a feature film. Like, I don't want to sell my script. I don't want to like be working for years and years to try to get like $1 million indie film deal. I don't want to do any of that. I just want to scrape together enough money through grants and crowdfunding. And I don't know where people get money from. Maybe like from what I've learned on Reddit, like a couple rich people. And then I want to make it on my own terms. And I think that my short film is proof that that can work out. But basically, that is how I'm feeling, and that is what has made me feel a lot better, is to like just decide like I can do it and I'm going to do it and I'm going to work really hard. Like, reading the script now and seeing where it is, I'm like, I can do this. Like, there's nothing super insane in the script that would cost that much money. The only thing that's going to be like the most expensive big centerpiece of the movie is they go to kind of big tournament, so we would just need to rent out like an arena somehow, like have enough people or do something to make it look like there's a crowd there. I'm trying to do as much work as possible breaking down the script because there's a couple of pitch contests that I want to enter, and in my pitch deck I want to have the budget and the like days that we would need to film. I've kind of been working on the breakdown all weekend, even though I've never done it before other than for short films and like for my actual job. It's been really fun. I really love doing this. I think now that I've done a bit of work on this, I think it's like totally possible. Like, I really think I can do this. I think I have access to so many like houses in different locations. And like using a college, I think will be easy, and I have some connections with people that work at colleges in my hometown, and I feel like it's totally possible. It's a very like community oriented story, so I feel like it's really possible to make a community made movie. Is it? I don't know. Am I delusional? Am I completely insane to think that this year I can raise like, I don't know. I feel like it would be just so worth it to be able to make this the way I really see it being made. For a while I was like, oh, it would be so awesome to like get $1 million budget and be able to make this movie like for Netflix and make, like, that was my dream. And I was like, that is gonna be so cool to have like a name actor play Nick. And the movie is called Nikki and Nick, if I haven't said that before. That's like a kind of a delusional dream to think that I can achieve that with like no connections and no money. And I don't know, I just like, I don't want to be working for years and years and writing other scripts and trying to sell those and trying to make a name for myself before I can make this movie, because I think I can make it, and I think it would be so much fun to like be making it the indie, like just like true indie style. And I feel like people don't really do that anymore. And a lot of my favorite movies like Krisha or like Thunder Road, like these like low budget movies that were so creative and use their resources like that they had, I think they're so cool, and I admire those filmmakers so much for just like getting out and doing your movie, because I really feel like nobody is going to give me permission to do this. Like, there's no contest I can enter that's magically going to make me like a filmmaker that I can win. Like, even like the screenwriting contest that I want to enter, I'm like, there might not even be a point to doing that when I should just be like saving that money to make this movie. I don't know. Maybe I'm totally crazy. Maybe I'm totally delusional, but I really believe in this idea, and I really think there's an audience for it. So I'm going to keep working. I'm going to apply to everything: grants, federal funding, whatever it is, contests, pitch festivals. I'm going to apply to everything that doesn't seem like a scam and isn't super expensive. And I'm going to keep working really hard. But at this point, I feel like the script itself is done. It will change, but I really feel like it's great, and I love it. I need to take a couple steps back, because something I need to do is I do need to send the script to my really good friend Tyrone, who is a screenwriter and a filmmaker, and he's super talented, and he has read this at pretty much every stage. So he hasn't read it in over a year, because this is a draft that has taken me over a year. So I'm going to send that to him. I want to kind of like just look it over. So I might just read this through on my iPad, write some notes on it, and then send it to him. I want to send it to him by tomorrow. So that's what I'm working on this week. So yeah, I feel so much less insecure, and I feel so much less afraid of having my idea being stolen, because having it finished, like I said in my last video, reading it through, it's original. It's my story. If someone else makes something similar, that is totally fine, because like I just said, I don't want to be like famous. I don't really care, because I'm gonna make mine and it's gonna be great. I'm gonna do this. Like, I'm gonna make my movie no matter what. Am I insane? Probably. Am I delusional? Definitely. But like, I don't know. I don't think Sean Baker ever would have made like, what's his first movie, The Prince of Broadway? I don't think he would have made that without being kind of crazy. They didn't like have anything handed to them, and it worked out really well for them. So like, why can't it work out for me? Who knows? I don't know. I'm tired. I just talked so much. If you've been following my channel, you know me as a very anxious girl, and I've decided I don't want to be like an anxious person anymore. And I have been thinking about that, like, how am I gonna not be an anxious person anymore? So I think the first step is to just say, like, I'm not anxious anymore. What is the reason, you ask, that I'm anxious? And it's absolutely ridiculous. One of my best friends, who I've read all of his scripts, he's read all of my scripts, has read my script, and in about 10 minutes I'm gonna call him to get some feedback. 5 minutes, actually. I'm super anxious about it because no one has read this draft except Jay, who's read Act 1, and she loved it, but she hasn't read Act 2, so... Or Act 3. Nobody has read Act 3. So this is going to be the first time anybody is reading this whole new draft, and it's totally different from all the other drafts I've written, and I'll be getting opinions and thoughts on it. And we, I think, are pretty hard on each other in terms of notes. I feel like I've read mostly like first and second drafts from him. It'll be interesting. The last time I gave him Act 1, he was like, why don't you change everything completely? And I was like, no, just wait and see the rest. Hopefully I won't get that note, but even if I do, like, obviously I'll be like, well, no, I'm not changing everything completely. I worked so freaking hard on this. I'm trying to calm down and not be super nervous. And we're friends. It'll be really nice to chat. I don't know why I'm nervous to talk to my friend. I'm not going to label myself as anxious anymore because it's not helping me. It's making it worse. So I'm not anxious. I'm super chill. It's going to be really fun. One more quick update. Tonight I'm going to be writing with Jay, and I went through the draft that I sent to my friend that I'm meeting with, and I noticed 2 things that I want to change, 2 notes I had for myself. So I'm going to try to work those into the script tonight when we have a little writing session, me and Jay. Last night I did the final sound mix for the feature. We went to a studio with our sound re-recording mixer.
She'll just randomly hit me up and be like, are you sure you don't want to go to nursing school?
It was really fun, and it was so cool to see the movie, even though it was like this low quality version, on the big screen and hear it and work with someone who, he was just so awesome, and he really cared about the story and his work, and he was just so much fun to talk to and hang out with. So that was so much fun, and it really made me feel like I can do this. Like, it really made me feel great and excited about the project and really professional, even though I'm like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but it was really, really cool. Basically, the short film is done. I have all the pieces. All I have to do is put them together, the color, the sound, and the graphics, which is like the credits and stuff, which I'll just do some credits in Premiere, and the movie will be done, and I'm gonna start submitting. It feels really good to be done. I don't really know what to do to celebrate, but I'm very happy to be done. Okay, I'm gonna call Tyrone now because I'm out of time. Yep, it's 3 p.m. All right, let's call him up. Okay, bye. It is sometime later. I'm in the exact same spot. I don't know why I was so nervous before. Maybe I was just in a mood. Talking to Tyrone was so awesome. Like, it was great. He gave me great advice. He gave me great thoughts on the script. He called it a freaking indie darling, which I know is what you call actresses, but like, it was really, really cool to hear him say that about my movie. He really liked it. And that meant a lot to me because I know that he wasn't just being a good friend and being nice. And also I know that it's not the kind of thing that I think he would write or watch. So it was very encouraging to hear that positive feedback. He also seemed like very confident that I'd be able to make it, which is pretty cool because I don't know how confident I feel about that. But yeah, I feel much better now. And he did give me a lot to think about. Basically what he said was the characters' like external goals and what they want. He said that they were a little bit unclear and that I need to hone in a little bit more on what their goals are. He said it was like there, like he got what I was trying to do, but that it wasn't as strong as it could be. And I really appreciate that note because it is something that I have been working pretty hard on. And yeah, could definitely use a little bit more. So I definitely have something to think about while writing with Jay tonight. And also, I want to watch a couple more sports movies just to get some inspiration because I'm really not quite sure what to do with this note, but I also just got it, so it's going to take me some time to think about it. But yeah, I feel pretty good about it. Yeah, I'm probably in a mood because I didn't eat anything all day. That'll do it, right? So yeah, I'm going to go get some food and make something really good for dinner. But I need to get a voiceover recording from an actor. So when I went to that writing group that I talked about and didn't film anything at, one of the writers I had met him before. He's one of my best friend's friends, and he's a really good actor. And I found that out, A, because I think they're all actors at this group, and B, because at the writing group we were reading people's scripts and stories and chapters out loud, and he did like a bunch of funny voices, and I need like the voice of the basketball coach that I never got, and then I didn't realize that I didn't have it until yesterday when we were doing the sound mix. So I asked him to record it, and he said he has a mic, so that was perfect. That was a really cool favor that I pulled because I don't know who I would have had do it otherwise. Anyway, that's the continued short film update. I need to get that sound, I need to finish it, I need to do the credits, which will be really fun. All of that is like fun stuff, so I'm so excited. And then I'm gonna be entering some film festivals. I already have 2 that I know I want to enter. One of them has a pitch festival, which I was talking about before. So I really gotta get my freaking pitch together because I have no idea how to pitch. I will do an entire separate video about that.
The light will be dim at 9.
We're so back, it's like we never even left. Last night, I wrote with Jay, and it was so much fun. Like, this is like our third or fourth time writing together, and it's the best. And we wrote for at least an hour and a half or 2 hours, and we chatted it up. Tube Sack, he looks so cute. Okay, so basically last night I got those notes from Tyrone, and then when I went to write with Jay, I was like, I don't want to write. Like, I don't really know, like, the notes were good. They made sense, but I was like, they're not like, fix this on page 6 and fix this on page 58. They were like overall notes, so I was like, I don't know what to do. I feel like I need a couple days to marinate on them, you know? Marinate. But instead, we had a writing session, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take those like simple notes that I had for myself and do that. And then when I started doing that, Tyrone's notes started to make sense to me, and I started to take those. I feel like there is still a little bit more I can do, but I'm really happy with the way that the writing went. There was like 2 notes that I haven't addressed that are going to be way easier. They're actually about the side character, Mela, who I had been crashing out about writing in previous videos that was like around Christmas time. So we're not done with her, but I do feel like it's gonna be more simple, and I know exactly what I need to do to fix the problem with her. So we're so back. Today, I don't think I really have time to work on the script, which is fine. I need a little bit of a break still, and like I feel like I do have more to think about, especially with the notes from Tyrone. I haven't really felt like I've been able to lock in on my work, like for my job, so I'm going to Carly's house so I can lock in, because I feel like I just keep getting distracted at home, which is usually not a problem for me. I feel like I'm a very good work from homer, whatever. For some reason this week I've been very distracted by many other things. And I need to set up another writing session so I can finish this freaking thing, because writing with people is just the best. I love writing with the girls. That's the update. I'm feeling very good about the script, and I'm actually feeling happy that I have more to write and work on and polish, and that it's not done. And I really feel like so driven to make it really good. Like, I've been saying it's done, but I'm really excited to get notes from more people, because even though I think it's done, to get feedback from people who think it can be better, like, if I can make it better, I want to do everything I can to make this story as good as it can possibly be. Even though I love it, I feel like getting feedback from people does, like, it is scary, but it does like open, what am I trying to say? Not open my eyes, but it does like help me see things that I couldn't see before. So I love getting feedback, and I'm very appreciative of anyone that is going to spend the time to read the 100 pages, the 109 pages as it is right now that I wrote. So if anyone's interested in reading it, hit me up, because I would love notes. I love it. I'm now decided I'm addicted to notes, even though I was so scared about getting them at the beginning of this video. Tomorrow is Saturday, and I will have the time to finish my movie. So tomorrow, you will see me. We will finish Nikki and Nick, the short film. Tonight, I think I'm gonna try to make James watch this movie called Amateur with me. It's a basketball movie on Netflix, and it was made by the guy that created No Film School, Ryan Koo. And I've watched this movie many, many times. And it's really cool because it was a very low budget basketball feature, but I've been wanting to watch it just like to get inspired and excited about the whole production side of making my movie. Even though I've seen it like 1,000 times, and I'm not like insane about the script, but I think it will inspire me to take one of Tyrone's notes that I thought reminded me of this movie and one of the characters, and B, I hate doing this ABC thing. I gotta stop doing it. It's so corporate America. But whatever, B is, it will inspire me, because I mean, I am excited and inspired about it, but I don't know. It does seem like an impossible challenge, but I'm manifesting. I'm dreaming about it. I'm gonna do it. Like, why can't I do it? I'm gonna do it. I have to get going. But I'm also really excited to read the chapter that Jay sent me, so I have to do that ASAP. Saturday and I have a lot to do. It's already 10:30 and I like just made my matcha and I made a little smoothie. So now that I got really good notes on my script from someone, I was like excited to get more notes, partially because I want to fuel my ego and have someone tell me how good it is again. Just kidding, kind of. I also really want to see if another person will have the same notes that Tyrone had. Obviously having more than one reader can only be helpful. Am I overexposed? Exposed. This is a one-woman show over here. Wow, no headroom. No head. Me when I read The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. I want to send my friend Brian this draft. But I just want to make sure I've taken Tyrone's notes as much as I feel like I can right now. Obviously it would be ideal to like think about them for a while before taking them, because I'm not really sure like which parts I could apply them to, but I think I'm just gonna like look at it this morning, go over it, make sure I feel like I'm not seeing any places I can take Tyrone's notes, and then send it to him. And I'm gonna send him some very specific questions. So hopefully he'll give me more specific notes than the general ones I got. But I don't think the general ones would be bad either. Like if he has general notes, that is good too. He read a very early draft and he gave me notes that I was like, oh, I don't want these notes. These are not helpful. And that was actually helpful because I was like, okay, I need to change like some big things about the script so I don't get this type of note. So the questions I'm going to send to this one guy are areas that character motivation can be more clear or stronger, what they want out of these external circumstances, college and basketball. Do you feel like Nick's arc specifically is strong, makes sense, and where it can be improved, things you would like to see? This is like a fun question. I also want to ask if he has ideas for an alternative title, because Nikki and Nick, I feel like it's kind of a mouthful. I feel like it's the best title for the story because it's about Nikki and Nick. It's about their relationship. And I also really like it because it puts Nikki first, and kind of the whole theme of the movie, which I think I'll talk about a little bit later. And kind of the theme of the movie is about like Nikki learning to put himself first and to focus on himself and his own life and what he wants. Because he's kind of done everything for and with Nick his whole life and lived in his shadow. And it's about him learning to put himself first, but then also there's this other layer of like their friendship being something that makes him a better person. How to have Nick be like this important person in his life, but still like having himself be the more important, you know, the most important thing in his life, I guess, when, you know, Nick was like kind of the more important thing. Like it was always Nick and Nikki his whole life, and then him learning to make it Nikki and Nick. I don't know. That's why I gave it that title. I'm giving way too much away about my project now, but that is why I gave it that title. I feel like I do really need to learn how to talk about my project. I want to enter some pitch contests, and also like, who knows, maybe I will get the opportunity to pitch to a manager, an agent or something like that, or a producer or a financier. So I want to get really good at pitching this freaking thing. So I'm gonna also work on my pitch deck. I have to finish my short film. I have to finish the credits. I have to put the sound and color together. I have to make sure I do the sound right, and I have to add the new voiceover that I just got emailed to me last night. And then the movie will be done. First thing today, I open the script and look through it so I can get it in a good shape to send to Brian. And I'm kind of just like, I'm not in a writing mood. Like, I'm more of in a pitch deck mood. I'm more of in a like budgeting, take action mood. I'm not in like a creative mood, which is kind of annoying because it's like, I'm so not there yet. Anyway, I just hate when you're like not in the mood to write, and it's like, I was in the mood earlier this week, but I had to work. I'm a tortured artist, what can I say? I think I will try to like just relax and just read it over for fun, even if I don't find places to fix it up, just to feel confident about sending it to Brian. And then I will send it to him, and then we'll finish the movie. All right, talk to you later.